what's going on, guys? Spirits and Dragons here, and welcome to round 4 of the Co-op My Team Career Mode on F1 2020. We are back in Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Well, this one's an awkward one, as you can see on your screen right now. But back to reality, P9 and P11.
We did not manage to lock out even the 5th row in this Grand Prix, but remember, we are playing on 106 difficulties. The AI are pretty strong around Silverstone, and it's definitely been demonstrated here through our poor qualifying. Our worst of the season so far, as, you know, we're looking to score more points after you scored an incredible podium in Canada.
Absolutely, but as I remember in Switzerland Championship, where I did out-qualify you, I remember the days I was able to do that, but I can't seem to in this My Team. But I've actually improved by 8/10. Yet I'm still behind a Ferrari. How am I behind a Ferrari?
I don't know, but the race strategy, it's going to be dry all race, thankfully, so the good old British weather's not going to come back to bite us here. It's a one-stop from the softs to the mediums. Dragons qualified outside the top 10, so he does have a choice of tyre, so he might be doing the alternate strategy.
Absolutely. So, anything can happen here for the British Grand Prix. So here we are, revving up to 5 red lights here in Silverstone.
And we are underway for the British Grand Prix, and it's a decent start for us. We might get ahead of Lando Norris. Going into turn 1, Dragons looking to get past Charles Leclerc. We both go pretty wide. We're up in a P7.
That's a great start. Really good start from you. You are already trying to get past your favourite driver, Lance Stroll. Well, I'm actually being pressured by the Ferrari of Leclerc. I'm really not knowing what's going on here. Stroll and Ocon go really slowly, pushing me back down to 10th.
Well, Dragons didn't really get the best of start after being squashed by Stroll and Leclerc, but we have got a brilliant start, gaining 3 places so far in the first lap. Dragons looks to get past Leclerc, but he goes very wide, and that allows Lando Norris to squeeze through. Well, so it's 1 step forward, 1 step back for our teammate.
Well, actually, no steps at all. I've been 10th this entire time. I have gained 1 position. You've had a brilliant start to get up to P6. That's what we need from you, as you are doing the undercut here.
That is true. Dragons on the alternate strategy, so it's important that he gets track position as well, but I don't think that'll be too important for you. We nearly lose it into Maggott and Beckett, and through Chapel, I think Esteban Ocon will be looking to get P6.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll. No, that's actually Sergio Perez behind me, as I'm gaining on Lando Norris, using the overtake. Could either go down the inside of the McLaren. We're going to brake a little bit later than him. We're going to use the full curb there. I'm understeering like a madman here in the start.
Well, Dragons moves up into 9th place. Decent start for him, but it could have been a bit better. But Valtteri Bottas leads the British Grand Prix at the moment. Remember, the gap in qualifying was literally 0.02 of a second between the two Mercedes drivers.
That's what we want to see in real life. 2021 Valtteri Bottas World Champion. If he can out-qualify Hamilton a few more times, that would be simply lovely.
It would be.
Lap 2 of the race now.
Well, lap 2, we are looking to try and get past Alexander Albon in the Red Bull, but it looks like we're not really having the best race pace at the moment because Esteban Ocon is still on our rear end. And speaking of being on the rear end, Lando Norris would love to reclaim P9 from Dragons. Going into Brooklyn as we go. Dragons looking to hang on to the inside line. Norris dances round the outside, and he is back up to P9.
I'm simply shocked. I don't even know what to say. At this point, I don't really mind getting overtaken by a few of these guys, but if I get overtaken by Perez here, I'm stuck in gear 7, and Perez is going to go round the outside. He's already ahead before cops, and I'm falling like a stone here in Silverstone.
Well, Drags, both of us struggling for race pace at the moment. Remember that we are on 106 difficulty. The AI are strong around.
I've gone wide,
and he's gone wide in Chapel. What on earth is going on here, Dragons?
I have absolutely no idea. Maybe the medium tyres just don't have as much grip as the soft tyres as Carlos Sainz looks to get past the Leclerc, but I just don't have any sort of front end grip here.
Well, we are running 4-5 wings, so we're not really running too much downforce, and that's really hampering us through the corners as Dragons is definitely struggling. The two Mercedes cars trade the fastest lap with each other, and here's my lap time, 1:29.0, and they've done a 1:27.4.
How's it a 1:30.3?
We are 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Well, we are in reality. We are absolutely back in reality here. Maybe our car isn't as strong as we previously thought, but right now it's just important that I stay in DRS, otherwise I'm going to fall down lower. But really, I really shouldn't fall down lower for any time soon, as there is a huge battle going on between a Ferrari, a McLaren and an AlphaTauri, and a few more cars back there.
Well, it's definitely a train. It's a battle for points here in Silverstone. We are still hanging on to P6 for dear life at the moment, but it's not looking great for our teammate Dragons, who is on the alternate strategy, who has absolutely no pace. He's an extra 1.3 off us, and we're off the pace of the Mercedes as well. So it's going to be a tough race in Silverstone, to say the least. And Dragons!
My God.
What a save!
That was a heart and mouth moment there. If things couldn't get any worse, a crash would have definitely destroyed the British mood in the team's but morale. But that was absolutely an epic save. But we've just lost more time.
Well, Dragons is definitely not enjoying the British Grand Prix, and Esteban Ocon is definitely enjoying it here because he's looking to overtake us for 6th place as we park it in the middle of the circuit. I think he's hit us, and he's just made contact, and I saw a bit of carbon fibre fly out of the Renault.
Yeah, there was a little bit of debris there in the gravel, and I'm just going wide everywhere here, but I am in the 129s. I've gained a second despite having to make a save. That just shows how bad my previous lap was.
Well, Dragons, he's looking to get some pace as he looks to get back into the top 10. Remember, he started 11th. He's still 11th after 3 laps. So it's not been a great start to the Grand Prix. It just seems you can't get anything going at this moment in time.
Yeah, I don't know what it is really. I don't have any front end grip in the corners, and it shows. I'm going wide like a madman, but really, I'm just relieved to still be in this race, and hopefully when I make my pit stop, we will have a bit more pace. But for you, this is not good. You're meant to be in a train, not holding up a train.
Well, I think we might get away from the train due to Ocon having damage to his front wing. So your favourite driver's not really benefited being in this train at all. As we go right, wide and cop. That's brilliant. There's a track extension warning for you. So we're definitely struggling. We're looking to try and get into the top 5, where our car has been in all 3 races at the moment. But we're just struggling at the moment.
Absolutely. We're even struggling to keep up with the pace of the Racing Points and the Renaults. And even that Lando Norris McLaren there. It looks like it's nearly 4 wide. It's 3 wide there going into Stowe. And Ocon is really holding up these people. He's definitely going to have to pit. He pulls into the pits right now.
Well, Ocon pits. You get a free position, and Dragons is back into the top 10.
Hooray. Well, that was easy. Now I just need to really keep up with the pace, because at the moment I'm not finding myself quicker than Perez, but I'm also not losing time to the AlphaTauri behind. So you know what? I can live like this. I can actually go ahead and live with a race where I'm just a bit in the middle. I can live with it. As long as I have the pace not to hold up a train, that would be nice.
Well, that would be definitely very nice. But we have pulled away from the Racing Points and the McLaren driver of Lando Norris so far.
On lap 6 of the Grand Prix, and as you can see on my minimap, and behind me, Leclerc has passed that AlphaTauri.
So Leclerc moves up into 11th place, and that's a bit disappointing for Charles Leclerc because he did qualify in the top 10, and he did lose out to the likes of Dragons and the other cars around him. He's down in 11th at the moment. We are currently still P6. We just can't do anything to catch up to Ricciardo and Albon, and it looks like we are really off the pace in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it's quite painful if you ask me. I mean, at least in Split Screen Championship, I was fighting for P3, and I actually did manage to get P3 in the end, despite my shambolic pace. But right now, I guess it might be because I'm on the mediums, but I don't even see any difference. Even if I go on the soft tyres, I don't think I'll have any sort of pace. Meanwhile, that Racing Point is going to make a move here. I can't tell really who it is on. I think it's on Stroll. Perez is making an overtake on Lance Stroll, and you've come into the pits.
We are coming into the pits. We're going for the undercut because I think that's the only thing we can do at this point, because Dragons is going the extra lap on those medium tyres. I think you can do another lap, Dragons.
I could go to lap 8, and we could see how it goes, but really, I'll probably lose a bit of time on the overcut, not gonna lie. I probably will. So maybe it would be better to pit this lap, but we'll have to think about it. Let's see your pit stop.
2.8, not a great stop from the team, considering, you know, they did a 1.9 second pit stop all the way back in Bahrain.
Yeah, maybe they're starting to actually be a bit more fair with the pit stops, and our pit stops will be the same amount of time. Hopefully that is the case when I make my pit stop. But now Leclerc is all over the back of me. Thankfully I didn't have to do any defensive actions there on this lap.
Well, it's our home Grand Prix, and Dragons looking to... We're both trying to do our best here, but the AI just seem very confident around Silverstone, and we're not looking too good at the moment.
Absolutely not. I mean, you're not that good at Silverstone yourself. Even if we're not recording, you are not very good at Silverstone. You just can't seem to get on the podium. Have you got on the podium before?
No, I've never been on the podium. I haven't even won in Silverstone on this game yet. It's
Neither.
tragic at the moment. But speaking of tragic, this might be a very tragic moment for Dragons because he's running out of hers and Charles Leclerc's got DRS.
No, not to a Ferrari. He's too slow in the straight to really make a move there. So I was pretty confident he wasn't going to make the move. This lap I'm going to pit. I'm not going to risk it. I'd rather gain time, not lose time on the overcut. We're going to go to a very slow 37 miles an hour. And actually, that's actually the pit lane speed. I could have got a penalty if I didn't go any slower there.
And breathe. I'm so glad you did not get a penalty there, Dragons.
Absolutely.
Leclerc's followed you in as well.
Yeah, everyone's going to... Well, most drivers are going to pit this lap. And so is that racing point over there. They're all going for mediums. I'll be going for the soft tyres.
Well, let's see where we're going to be. Because remember, we were near the racing points and the McLaren's 3.1 seconds stop.
That was close.
And he's just ahead of Leclerc as well.
Not a good pit stop today. Not a really good pit crew. What is going on with our team with the pit stop stuff, Mike? What is happening? I thought we were quicker than this.
I thought we were, but it turns out, I think they're getting a bit lazy here, Dragons.
No, maybe they're seeing how slow we are today, and they're thinking maybe we could be just as slow. Make it proportionate. If the team is slow, then the pit crew are slow. Meanwhile, that Red Bull there, I can only guess it's Alex Albon. He stayed out. I saw him going through Magnussen Beckett.
So Albon stays out. Free position, up to P6. I thought we lost out to Vettel, and I literally thought my career was over. So lap 11. We have both moved up a place. We're 6th and Dragons is 10th at the moment. So we're both in the top 10. There we go. Antonio Giovinazzi has retired from the British Grand Prix. So we're down to 21, but I don't think it will impact any of our places at all. I think he must have been running down. Giovinazzi's been parked somewhere in the first sector. And there he is, off the track, down the Hamilton straight.
Yeah, absolutely, the Hamilton straight. Got a nice ring to it. But there he is. And if only there were safety cars in split screen, that would be such absolutely dangerous. Charles Leclerc going down my inside, going into cops. This came out of nowhere there. Leclerc is definitely sick behind me. But thankfully, my Mercedes engine was able to help me stay ahead just about.
Well, thankfully, Dragons has not been overtaken by a Ferrari yet, but I think it might just be a matter of time before Charles Leclerc reclaims 10th place.
I cannot believe my own friend would say that. I am not losing the position to Leclerc. Absolutely not. If my life depended on it, Leclerc goes to the outside line, and I think he's hit me. Yeah, Charles Leclerc did make contact with me there. As we went into Stowe, he's going to have to pit in for damage, so I am not going to be overtaken by a Ferrari. But what on earth was that?
I have no idea what on earth just happened, but Dragons will not be beaten by a Ferrari this afternoon in Silverstone. We're on the last lap as well. This is the last lap of the race. And to be honest, I'm glad it's going to be over soon.
It's not to a Ferrari. Here we go. Back on the straight. Hamilton wins again. Are you kidding me?
You've got to be kidding me. Hamilton is on a roll. He continued his winning streak like Rosberg did. And we're coming through now to finish in a pretty good 6th place to claim 8 points in the British Grand Prix. And behind us, Dragons is just going to hang on to claim 1 championship point.
I told you I'd be fine. I told you I wasn't going to be overtaken by a Ferrari. But, well, good race from you. An okay race from me. At least I gained a position. But that was the British Grand Prix.
See the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations. A real team victory today. Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
Here are your full race results from today's British Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton has won his 4th race in a row. Shades of Nico Rosberg in 2016. He beats Valtteri Bottas, who did take pole position in the end.
Well, thankfully this time, Hamilton did not get the fastest lap. So that is a relief to see.
Well, that went to Max Verstappen. Red Bull finished 3rd and 4th. Ricciardo finishing a strong 5th for Renault. We finished 6th in a tough race. Sergio Perez finishes 7th, Norris 8th, Stroll 9th, and Dragons barely rounded out the top 10.
Barely? What do you mean? I was nearly a full second ahead of Kvyat. That is a huge gap. I was nearly a full second ahead of Sainz, sorry guys. That is a massive gap to have when you're Dragons. So that there, guys, is the end of the British Grand Prix.
Well, feel free to like, comment, follow, subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Follow us at official B&D on Instagram. and we'll see you later. Goodbye.